Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Humankind. Man, just look at how massive these battles become here at the end of the series, man. They're big old battles. But they don't really have huge armies, so we haven't seen some of the really large battles that you can have. Now, he is attacking us right here. His turn is going, so we'll watch it. We already lost one unit here. It looks like we won't be losing any more because that is the end of his turn, and he only has 2 units left, although I'm not sure. Oh, he's right here. We didn't kill that guy. So we only have this last turn here, and we're just going to go ahead and strike with these 2 first. See if we can get this unit here killed. And I don't know if we'll be able to get this done or not. You got to kill this guy first. Let's attack him with... I'm trying to get people that are close here, so let me try moving here with this unit and killing them off. So these guys can come over here and attempt to attack this unit. We really want to get this done this turn. I'm not wanting this to continue any further, but this is going to be kind of difficult because we have a, we have a situation here where we might not be able to fire on this one with any other units. Yeah, I don't think anybody else will be able to. Whoa, looks like we might have just killed him. All right. Excellent. So we only had to go the 1 round there. That is done. And we now have possession of all his cities here, with the exception of the 1 city here in the New World. So effectively, this war should be over very soon. You just take a look at this. He's now losing 8 per turn. Well, he doesn't lose as much because he has the warrior badge. So he's going to lose 6 per turn. Okay, so this war probably, I don't know if it'll ever end. Unless we do more battles before the end of the game. We only have 8 turns left, so yeah, unless we did more battles against against him, or went and took this 1 city from him, which we could do to try and end this. But I think it would be more important to first take this from Brazil and then attack his main city here. I think that would be a better route to go than to attack him here, and that wouldn't even take all his cities because he still has 1 over here. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so it's fairly irrelevant. I don't think we're going to do anything else against him. We won the war, and we've already been distracted enough as it is. Now, one thing I wanted to point out here that we haven't talked about at all is pollution. Pollution is pretty much irrelevant in the game from what I've seen. I've just never seen it get really high. I mean, here we are at the end of the game, and we're not even at level 1 yet. So I'd have seen it get higher on the 450 turn. But even then, it wasn't really an issue. I've yet to see pollution be a major issue in the game, so I think it's not well balanced. That's what it seems like to me anyways, since it's just never something you have to account for. And so that doesn't seem like a good mechanic to me. We're going to go and do this battle here. Attack his fleet, kind of clear the way. And they've already retreated once, so they don't have the option to retreat anymore. As far as what we're fighting here, I mean, he has a good fleet here, but we do have a little bit more strength than him, and we're going to be attacking first, which is really what's important when it comes to this era's battles. But one issue here is that not everybody's going to attack because of the fact that, this is a very limited size front here. So we might not be able to wipe them out completely as we would typically be able to do. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that the missile cruisers are up in the front so they can do the most damage. And then have like the battleship right here, and the rest of these they don't really matter. These are all ironclad, so it doesn't matter how we do that, except for maybe have this guy in the back here. He's the one least likely to fire. And I don't know how many ships are going to be able to fire total. Maybe 4? Maybe. It depends on how much we can move forward as we clear them out. And it does look like we weren't able to deploy all of our ships, so that's something to consider. Yeah, it seems like there's some ships that aren't going to be able to deploy. Yeah, 1 of our ships perhaps, and it's just a steam frigate. Okay, so let's go and end deployment, and then just try and kill as many of these as we can, because again, we should be able to kill them with 1 hit. So the idea here is that you kill 1 with each of these guys, and then you push forward with the next ships. Now, he cannot kill the units, so yeah, you're not really going to have a lot of room to push forward, actually. That's unfortunate. Yeah, because I don't think these guys can fire. Yeah, you're kind of stuck out here. So what we're going to want to do is do the damage to whatever ship does the least damage against us. So if we're looking at him, he has a missile cruiser. So that's the one you're going to want to attack, but you're not going to do much damage to that guy. So you're not even killing him. You know, it might just be better to try and get rid of one of these next turn, because yeah, you could do attack with all your units next turn against this one ship and you still might not kill him. So you know what, let's go ahead and just try and get this guy weakened. And then I think we have to end our turn. Because yeah, this is kind of the situation we're in with this very limited front. So this is actually going to help him, because we might have got him maybe not completely wiped out, but certainly much weaker. Now that was kind of foolish, because that guy won't be able to strike now. Oh, never mind. Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. Yeah, he was able to do that because of those torpedoes. So they've hit our battleship pretty hard. Yeah, the battleship's not looking good right now. You could make an argument to go ahead and pull back. Yeah, you could definitely make an argument to pull back here, since you're not even going to kill anybody. And the battleship is incredibly weak. So let's go back. And you know what? I should have kept the battleship back anyway, because he's the one who can fire over some of these. Yeah, I should have kept him back. So I guess we'll do the damage to this guy, get him really weak. And then we'll attack him. We really need to get this guy destroyed if at all possible. We could also just wipe that unit out. Let me just see here. We do want to move a unit here. And what could he do to these guys? Let's move forward and see if he can clear a space out. So he'll be able to clear that one or this one. Alright, well let's go and clear that space out. And then we're going to try and move forward here. Now, clearly we should probably attack this ship with our most powerful, with a missile cruiser. But coming in here and destroying one of these would also be a useful way to do it. I think we're going to do that, actually. And just get rid of this guy here. But yeah, we're definitely seeing a limit here, limited space. This is becoming a bit of a problem for us. Yeah, I should have kept the battleship back the whole time. I think that would have been a better way to do this. Alright, well, we'll just move one of these guys forward. Do as much damage as possible here. And I don't think anybody else is going to be able to hit. So I don't think we'll be able to kill these guys, which is really unfortunate. Oh wait, we can go all the way through here. Alright, so we'll do that. And this will kill this guy here. And I believe that means every unit has moved and fired. So now all that's left is the missile cruiser. And he will not be able to kill anybody. Although, he can do a lot of damage to any of these old ships. Yeah, he did a decent amount of damage. He is, you know, injured, of course. And the one we're going to want to kill him with, I suppose, would be one of these 2-star higher level units. Get a bit more experience. And there we go. So we did take some damage, unfortunately, but we didn't lose any ships. That's what's important. Alright, so they have used all their movement points, and we have defeated him in a sea battle. We should be healing here, because we have this territory occupied, so we'll let our units heal up a little bit before we move forward any, and they're a little bit ahead of the army anyways. And what I think we're going to do, since this is the army that's moving forward, is to take one of these units here. We're going to get him upgraded to rifles. And then take one of his level 1 guys and have him kind of slowly follow behind this army here. Though I think this might end up stopping this. Yeah, we might have to wait, actually. We'd probably want a fast unit going. I'm wondering if this will mess it up. Okay, it didn't. Alright, so we want a fast unit coming over here to catch up to him. So we'll use the Dragoons, and I don't think they have any Dragoons. They don't. Alright, excellent. So let's get this guy upgraded to rifles. These two need to heal up a bit, but we can heal as we move. It looks like we don't have any movement points anyway. That's right, we just did the siege with these guys. And then we'll start pushing forward next turn, heading over to the city. I'm hoping we can arrive there within the 8 turns and do the siege. We'll just have to see if we're able to get it done or not. I think we've done what's important here. We have stopped him from getting more stars, stopped him from completing any of those projects just yet, and that has allowed us to catch up. So that's been what's important for this. I'm going to attack this guy here. I don't think he can run again because we've already attacked him once. Yeah. So now we can do the manual battle. We'll get the strike first. doesn't really matter where we put them. So let's just go and attack him here, and it won't kill him, so we will get to fire at us once. We'll kill him in the next round. And this will help us towards getting him defeated. You know, it counts as a battle regardless of the size, which I think that's kind of strange. You know, you destroy one unit, it's worth just as much war support for you and takes away just as much war support as a battle where you wipe out 8 units. I think that's kind of strange. I think it should be more relative based on the number of units that are engaged. Alright, so we did get him in another battle, so that's going to reduce him by a total of 22 next turn. But that still leaves him with 50-something turns. Now, at the current rate, I think he might end up losing the war before the end here. But that would be like at the very, very end. So we might be able to get a victory out of this. Let's go and get all these units moved. This guy here is supposed to be ransacking. So we'll get that done. We also have this army over here, which I was going to have them move into this territory here and just ransack his goodies. Try and ransack the aluminum and the coal, though if we seize the city, then you'd probably want to keep those working. I don't think I'm not sure if you get access to any, because you normally don't get access to most stuff when you're occupying. And it's going to be several turns. Yeah, several turns before we attack that city, so I think it's worth destroying these two, particularly the aluminum. That'll probably be the first thing we destroy. Yeah, I think that'd be wise. Over here, we can attempt to attack this guy again, so if we are able to catch him again, because I think he's able to retreat. If we can catch him again, then that's another way to get some more war support reduction, because we just reduced it by 5 there. And so this will be a full battle. So you know what? We might actually, I forgot all about this unit here. We might actually be able to get him defeated much quicker than I was saying. Which is good, because I want to take some stuff from him. And of course, we're also going to make him give us the open borders. It doesn't matter how we deploy these. We're just going to have whichever unit doesn't have 3 stars attack him. He'll be able to do that in 1 hit. And again, what's important here is not so much destroying the unit, but getting his war support down so we can take his goodies before the end here. Because all that's going to help us get the win, because we're still trying to get a few stars. Alright, so let's just take a look at what it is now after those two, the retreat and the battle. Yeah, that's a lot more. That's going to be reducing by 35. Okay, so yeah, we definitely will get him defeated in this war before the game ends. So that's good to see. These guys here, we're just going to have them rest, I suppose. I don't think there's anything for them to do unless we wanted to start a war with him, but we're not going to do that because we'd have to come over here, and there's just not enough time for that. And frankly, I don't want the distraction. I would love to get them destroyed, but yeah, it's just too much of a distraction right now. So these guys over here, they set this outpost up, so now they're supposed to come over here and ransack this one. So now the question is, do we want to go up above an attack or down below? Because the down below does not look great. Yeah, it's not a great situation here. Where's that fleet? Oh, the fleet's down here, so we won't get any assistance from the ships. Something to consider. We also want to do this quickly, but you could make the argument to come up around here instead. It's just better ground to fight on, I think. Yeah, because this is horrible fighting ground, honestly. You know, they're going to have the height bonus. You're going to have to place your units up on the walls more than likely. Yeah, you're probably going to have to place a few units up on the walls. One unit's going to get hit hard. Yeah, it's really not the greatest location. And you could say it's a waste of time coming all up around here, but we have to come up on this side anyways to go this way. So, yeah. He also has a unit over there. Let me take a look and see who this guy is. Okay, so we've got some jungle brigades over here. Yeah, I just don't like the situation here, and I would love also to get the ships. Remember, we're trying to reduce the amount of casualties we take, so that's what I'm mostly worried about, is casualties. Now, how about over here? I didn't realize you could do this one here. Yeah, you can attack from right here. And this isn't too bad of a location, actually. Especially, well, they're going to attack us. So that's the same thing to consider, is that we're almost always defending. And maybe they don't because of the difference in combat strength, but typically they do. And so when they attack us, we're just always kind of at a disadvantage. But yeah, this is not too bad of a situation here, honestly. I think this is what we'll do here, guys. Yeah, this is much better. So yeah, we'll do this one here, and that'll allow us to then move through here. And he did not attack us. Okay, so that works out for us. I was worried he was going to get the attack first, but this will allow us to fire on him. So yeah, this works out. So let's go and assault them, doing the manual battle. Now, we cannot deploy all of our units. We don't have enough spaces. That was one of the things I was concerned about. But we can like retreat because, you know, we get the first turn, and thus that will allow us to like retreat our units to open up a space so we could get them all in here. I don't know if that's going to be entirely necessary though. Now, what we do need to do is make sure that this guy's over here and that our best units are up here on the walls. We'll probably retreat a unit over here, retreat them back so we can pull in our last unit, because we didn't deploy our last unit, as you can see, which was actually the Gatling elephant. So we do want to get those guys deployed in. And I guess they'll be up on this location here. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to put the horse over here to make sure he can get out of here easily. Yeah, this looks pretty solid, frankly, this situation here. Yeah, I'm okay with this. We can move this guy over here, I suppose. Yeah, this looks like a good deployment situation. Let's go and end our deployment. And then, so I don't forget, we're going to make sure we move this cab unit immediately, where he'll be able to fire at some units. Maybe put him over here, and he'll fire on that guy. It wouldn't kill him. That's okay. We're going to have to move other units out as well so that we can fire as much as possible. So we'll go and fire on him here. There we go. He's dead. Excellent. So now we need to deploy the elephant. And I think we will let the elephant fire here. That means none of these units will be able to fire at all, but that's okay. We could bring a guy over here, but I think we should bring... The way you're going to want to do it is move the units from the back first. So they come over here, and then they fire. So you do it like that. And then you bring the next unit like over here so he can fire and kill him. And we already fired with this guy. And I know that we still have, yeah, we still have one of these good guys over here. So then you bring him over to the back here, which I don't know if there's any more units to deploy. There is. So we're going to want to put him first. Again, just trying to fire with as many units as possible. And it looks like we'll be able to fire with all of our units because of the situation here, while also staying away from the wall if possible, which looks like that will be a possibility. And then we still have the artillery unit, which looks like he might not kill that guy. Nah, he killed him. So yeah, he only has 4 units now. This guy here just needs to defend. So yeah, he only has 4 units, one of which is only got half of his health. So we'll take a little bit of damage on the frontline units, especially if they focus on just the elephants here, but they shouldn't be able to kill them. And this is also getting those elephants some experience as well. And they didn't focus on him. They did have a unit come over this way, though he was too far away to make it here, meaning that he's going to die. We'll probably want to use units, well, there's not really anybody to use that doesn't have the experience already, except for this guy. So put him in here. Suppose you can make an argument to put the elephant. You see, I want to make sure we're able to kill him. Put someone fire with that guy. Oh, never mind. Looks like he's dead. Okay, so with that, we've taken control of this city, which is another one that we are going to just wipe out and get rid of. But we won't be able to do that until the next turn. So now he's down to 4 total cities. That's all he's got left, guys. So we're in a pretty good situation overall. Now, all these guys are already updated. We have money for updating, so I'm just kind of looking through these to see if any of them are units that we want to upgrade. Let's just go through all the units that we have here. Yeah, it looks like almost everybody is updated. There's a few units still left to be updated. For the most part, the majority of our units are updated. We got a couple line infantry out there. So we're going to go and use the money for extending our cities. Now, we are about to get rid of this here. And we can set up another outpost there. We could also set up an outpost here if we had a unit to do it. In fact, we have a unit here, but he is stuck doing this, which he'll never finish in time. Yeah, he's never going to finish that, unfortunately. It just is going to take him far too long. So you can make the argument to move him out of here, since, you know, that's really not the best use of him if it's not going to be done before the end here. So we'll just have him come over here to set up an outpost in this little blank spot, right here. Now over here, I think we're going to go ahead and add another one of these territories to our empire. You can also make the argument to come over here to get that extra uranium. Now, we don't have uranium enrichment yet. I don't know if we'll need another uranium resource to be able to build some of those units. We have one here. I know we have a few because we got one in Cairo. Yeah, there's one in Cairo right there. I'm just wondering if we have a third one, because I believe there are some units that require 3. It might not matter, though, because we might not get that done in time. Yeah, I kind of highly doubt we'd be able to get it done in time. I'm not seeing a third one, though I think we do have a third one somewhere. Let's kind of zoom out a little bit and check. Maybe not. Yeah, we might actually need a third one there. But I guess it's irrelevant, because I don't think we're going to get it done in time. Yeah, most likely not. So instead, we're just going to add some territories to this with the money that we have here. Just go and attach that. We could also start a new city. I guess you could start a new city right here. Now, the problem with starting a new city, though, is it costs influence. What we could do is go ahead and get our civic selected. We got a lot of different choices here, and I think the one that we're going to want to go with is the leadership option, where you can go with either small council or autarch. This will give you plus 25 stability in the capital, move you closer towards authority. But what we'd want to do is get the small council and move us closer towards liberty, and thus we'll get more influence for all of our unique districts. So that's quite a bit of influence jump. But in addition to that, we're getting the +1 city cap, which is going to get a lot of quite a bit of influence. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this, guys.
Most problems eventually yield to the onslaught.
As you can see, that our influence gain is much higher now, and that's only going to get higher because this tech here is the one that gets us to the +3 city cap. So we'll actually have some space in our city cap, which is going to be super necessary because we're going to be taking cities in both of these 2 wars here. So I think that'll be helpful, keep us gaining influence so that maybe we can get some more of these civics before the game ends. We might be able to get 2 more, the way it looks. Maybe even more than that. Probably not. I don't think we'll get 3 more, but at least 2 more. So Kyoto has finished up with the Inventor's Workshop, getting us some more science. We're earning stupid amounts of science at this point. Let's see what we want to get next. Probably something for science or money. I mean, that's really the only thing worth getting at this point. And so yeah, you can get one of these ones here, but let's see if there's any buildings that might be more beneficial here on the science. The university would likely get us quite a bit, though I know that these guys aren't really focused on science here. I know that they have a lot up here, but I don't think that's necessarily from research quarters, because again, I don't think they have very many research quarters. It doesn't seem to be the case. I think that's just from that unique district, which I guess that does count as a research quarter, but there's not very many of those. So I don't think that's the best route to go. Instead, we always need more money. So I think what we might do is get a market quarter. We'll see how much these grant us for science and market quarters. I'm not seeing a recommended here, and nothing's going to generate quite as much money. So we'll do the market quarter, guys. Get plus 38 here. Over here in Alexandria, they have finished the Research Institute, and we'll keep on building these because they just are so beneficial for us. So we're going to build one right here. And then in Cairo, we finished Research Institute as well. We're going to go and get the next one. Yeah, let's go and do... There's one more area we can do it. It's up here. 262, Jesus. Yeah, that's a lot. It just keeps on increasing. So yeah, let's go and just place one here. I'm just hoping that we can get all techs, in one turn here. Because this one took us 2 turns. Yeah, you can see we're still 2 turns here, guys. Now, one option that was brought up in the comments is using our scientist affinity here, using the collective minds. So essentially what that does is, I think you might have to have city selected to see what it does. It takes all of the industry and money in that city and turns it into science. I don't know how useful that would be when we need money. You could do it like with one city, but you're losing a ton of money, like an absolute ton of money, and we need money. But if it is letting you get the science in one turn, then it might be beneficial. Now, we wouldn't want to do it this one because we're already set to get that. Now, we would have overlap, but we're going to have overlap anyway. But it might be something we want to do next turn with one city. And I don't know. We'll have to look at which one we want to do, which one would be most beneficial. I guess you'd want the one that produces the most industry and science. Yeah, I assume that's the way you'd want to do it. So you're getting the most science out of it, the most industry and money, excuse me. So you're getting the most science out of it. I guess we're going to continue to get the research institutes here. They're a bit behind on building research institutes. They also don't have the train stations, but I don't think that's important anymore. It says that this one's the best location, so that's where we're going to build it. 237 on the science. We got a train station here in New Cairo. That's right, we've been trying to get train stations through here so we can get units to the front quicker. I don't know if we need to build any more, though. I mean, a lot of this isn't connected. We don't need to go this way. So I think we're good to go. I think the train stations you need is actually over here. I think this is where you need train stations. So yeah, we're done with train stations here. So we're just going to go and get the research institutes. Unless we can get like a ton of money. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't account for the amount of science that you're getting. So we'll put it right here. All right, excellent. And then over here, which I don't think anybody suggested any names for this city yet. I didn't see any in the comments. So I was building train stations here so that we'd be able to move our units up. But again, I don't think that it matters anymore at this point. We really should just focus on things that are going to help us in our current goals. So basically science and money. This would probably be the most beneficial. Well, maybe. Our unique districts do produce a stupid amount. So yeah, this is probably the most beneficial actually. So we'll put one right there, 279. And then here in Constantinople, we got that bank earning us quite a bit of money. Let's go and see what we want next. It's probably going to be something science related. That's what I'm assuming. 4 turns for that one. It's going to take a while. We got all the unique districts though. As far as like how much money we can get, yeah, it's just 38 is what we're sitting at. 37 here for the science. So yeah, we're going to go for this one because we do have a ton of science buildings in Constantinople, so that would probably be pretty beneficial overall. Though it wouldn't apply until 4 turns from now, so that's quite a ways away. So we do have money to spend. What we're going to be doing is setting up a city over here. These guys are destroying this. I assume we're going to want to attach more to this city here. I think that's what would be there in our best interest. Because we aren't going to get this war done soon enough to like have possession of all this for very long. So yeah, we're ransacking that, ransacking this, and remember, we still have a goal of getting a certain amount of territories attached. We need 3 more attached, and then we get that star there for 260 fame. They're still sitting at the same 10.1 thousand on the fame. So looking pretty good on that front. So yeah, what we want to do is like destroy this one, get that attached. We're also setting up a... Well, I was going to set up a city here, but I guess we wouldn't have the influence. So we'll just set up an outpost. And then you just want to like attach those. Like you could attach this one here to this one. And then like this one here to that one. And so then you got 1, 2. And then one of these ones. So that's 3 total. And that gets us that final star. So we did get the space orbital research. Excellence, that's 300 extra fame. And then you're also getting the plus 50% on money in the 3+ city cap. So we're going to get more influence and more money. Although not as much as I thought it was going to be. I thought it'd be around like 14,000, 15,000. And we can now get, because of the spillover, the next tech with just 1 turn. So I feel like we should go down this route here. Now this is 3 techs to get the fame. Let me see if there's anything over here we got to get. Yeah, so what we'd want to do, you get the uranium enrichment, plus 25 sciences and all that helpful, but that'll allow you to start working on the uranium locations. And then you get the nuclear fission, and you can get 50 fame here on your nuclear doctrine. This here is going to obviously help you out quite a bit. You're going to get more food, money, science, and industry. Probably wouldn't build these here. I don't know if we'd get the nuclear submarine. But we would have 2 of the uranium resources to do that. But the main objective here is to go from there to the fusion reactors and get another 300 fame and the plus 50% industry here. Another option is to go on the route up here at the top. I suppose you could do that as well. I mean, they're all legit routes, but you're probably not going to be able to do all 3. That's something to consider. But this would help us with the combat strength. Now again, these guys this is not going to help us because we don't have the resources for that. But you knock that out, and then you get the 8+ combat strength, 4+ land movement speed. So that helps us wipe out the Brazilians. You know what? We're going to go this route. I was going to do the bottom one. I don't think we'd be able to do both. What we'll likely do is this top one here, and then do the World Wide Web one. Get the bonuses you get on that, and then to get the neural implants. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll do the top route, guys. Oh, they did bombard us. Okay. So that's going to, do some damage to our districts here. I don't know where he bombarded us from. I can't see his army. I think there was somebody over here. We did get another star. Excellent. That's the influence one. So we're sitting at 98.52. Catching up. We are only not even 300 points behind now, guys. So we are up there. It does really look good for us at this point. Yeah, we're in a pretty good situation now. With the missile cruiser, could go and chase after some of these guys over here, these little lone armies. I don't think you'd be able to win against, yeah, you wouldn't be able to win against the stronger one here. And he would not be able to help with this battle, so you might as well just chase these units down. I suppose he would be able to help in this one, though. So there is that. So this guy's going to come ransack. We want to ransack the aluminum. Though, we wouldn't be able to do that because it's in the city here. Yeah, it's attached to the city, unfortunately. He's got a nice line here. Okay, I didn't realize that it had a perfect little line, so that is not an option. You have to ransack something else. Could ransack like an outpost. I don't know if any of that's going to be as useful as ransacking a district, so that way you're increasing his war support, keeping him in the war longer, because I imagine he's been dropping. Yeah, he's down to 54 at this point. So we want to keep him into the war. Yeah, let's go past that city then, since you're not going to be able to ransack any of that. We'll just come over here for now. How long until this ransacking's done? Yeah, it's going to be a while. 2 more turns before we're able to attack them there, so might as well have this unit here go after these ships here. Try to anyway, see if we can't catch them out in the sea and get them destroyed, so they don't come over here and reinforce. And yeah, we did get bombarded here. He shot us with a missile. Okay, so that's why I didn't see him. And he did destroy 2 of our districts, as you can see here. These districts are now ruins. So it did have a cost, guys. And then we're going to come over here and try and ransack this. Unfortunately, we can't do it. Yeah, we can't do it in 1 turn. Yeah, that's a real shame, guys. Yeah, real shame. But he has missiles, and he's shooting them at us. So something to think about. So let's go and get these guys moving towards this city. Let's see how many turns it'll take to get there. The siege would start here, so we do have time to take at least this city from them. We'll just go their furthest distance they can for 2 turns. Let's see where we'd want to go. We'd go right there. And then we want this guy to try and catch up to him. Well, it looks like he's already gotten as far as he can go. He's already used his movement this turn. And then these ships here. Yeah, you could have him merge with that one, but we're just going to go up along the edges here for now. Or we can't merge with that one. That one's full. It's already got 8. We're going to have this guy stationed here for now. The plane. It's a bummer that we haven't built anything here. What am I building now? Maybe I should do that instead. Or we can just race this through, actually. Let's race it through, get the science from it, and then go ahead and get an aerodome as close to him as we can get. I was going to wait until we got this one here so you can actually do some attacks. I suppose you could do that and then race it through with money. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll wait till we get that and then race it through with money. And so we'll just go ahead and get another research institute, just wherever the best location is. Again, these are all helping us in our goal to try and get those techs 1 per turn, in which case we'll be able to get a lot of endgame techs. These elephants are ready to come over here and join this army. These are also attempting to join. We'll see if we can't get them into the army before the siege, the last siege here. And then these guys here, we're going to set up an outpost over here. And it looks like we... Okay, I was going to say, it looks like we can't claim any territory here for whatever reason. This is the best location, so we'll do it right there. Alright, so that outpost will be set up. Good God, it's 6 turns. Okay, so that's barely relevant then. So in that case, yeah, you just want to add one of these, I think. I will wait, though, because I'd like to add these ones. I suppose we can add one. Why not? Yeah, we'll go and attach one over here, guys. And at this point, again, we only need 2 more territories to get that star. We only need 1 more tech, which we'll get next turn to get a star. And then the money here, it looks like we should get that very, very soon here. Maybe 1 turn, maybe 2. Alright, so these guys did take a little bit of damage. Up to this point is our occupied territory, so we could move and still heal. So let's go ahead and do that. I guess you take this city from him at the top here, and you can take these resources. Again, it's kind of irrelevant at this point, I think. I mean, we're so close to the end. We did get the market quarter here. Just a little bit of extra funds. Let's go ahead and see what we want to get next. Again, just science and money is all that really matters. So I guess we'll just get market quarters. I don't know how much that would end up generating. Yeah, we don't really have a lot of trade routes in this city. So yeah, I think we're just going to continue getting market quarters. I know 38 money when you're earning 14,000 really is a lot. But essentially it's like paying for 1 unit that we upgrade. They got the academy over here. We should probably do... we did the academy because we needed that. But at this point, I think we should just continue doing the research institutes. And that's because they got a new area attached to them. Yeah, because they had built in all their previous territories. So yeah, we'll just throw this over here. And then New Cairo, they finish up their research institute. Excellent. And I think we're just going to continue building these guys. As far as where we want to put it, we can get 2+ influence there and 202 science, so clearly the best location. Over here in Stockholm, same deal, man. I think this is the best thing for us to do right now is just build these everywhere. And then the last city is right here where they got the elephant done, and we will go ahead and do a train station here just so we can try and get through here a little bit quicker, and we'll put it right there. I'm fine with that. I probably should have put it over here actually, but yeah, you know what? Money in production is not as important. Let's make it look better and get them up to the front quicker. So we'll put it right there. And yeah, we have a train station here, so now that will allow us to get through here. Just kind of move through the territory quicker. Though it might not matter anymore at this point. We got an event unlocking a new civic here. Which would get us either plus 5 money on main plazas or plus 3 combat strength for militias. This is pretty irrelevant. Probably not the one we're going to get. Let's go and end our turn. All little things popping up over here. We did get that tech. So that'll get us those tanks. And now we're going to want to get the composite armor, which we would get in 1 turn. Excellent. That's how we want to see this. 1 turn per tech. That got us the scientist star. It looks like we also just got that merchant star. So now we have all the merchant stars. So, you know, there's no more possible stars to get there. We have 17 so far for this era. Remember, once you get all the stars, anybody does. Once anybody gets all the stars, it ends the game. But that's not any concern for us because we're not going to get all these influence stars. Yeah, that's not going to happen. As far as the last scientist star, unfortunately, we will not get that. You would need 8 techs, and there's not enough game time to get the 8 techs, unfortunately. So yeah, we will not be able to get that one. And yeah, we got that merchant star as well. And as long as we're doing this in 1 turn, I'm not going to do the collective mines. It's only if we have like 2 turns. See, I don't know that you can get techs in 0 turns. I could be wrong, but I thought it needed like a turn to apply. I suppose if you had enough overlap, you know, that it could pay off a tech in a full turn, then you're applying that because you've already earned that. And that's why you can see that we already have, you know, this bar is already partially full. I guess we're pretty close. You might be able to do it. Yeah, maybe. I suppose we can try it. Yeah, we'll try it out. We'll see. So what we'd want to do is like just take one that has like a lot of money in production and that you're not currently building something that's like really important to you. Like over here in Kyoto, we're in a lot of money, a lot of production, and we're not really building anything that's all that important. So that would probably be the best location to do it in outside of Cairo, which we're building these, which are worth so much. So we won't do it there. I think Kyoto would probably be the best location to do this, guys. Yeah. So let's do this in Kyoto. We'll do the collective mines. And now you see all the industry and money's going to the science. And maybe there'll be enough overlap to get techs in a 0 turn. We'll have to see. I'm not sure how that will work. So over here with a missile cruiser, I was just going after this one unit. Oh, he's over this way now. I suppose we could just like ransack this over here. That would probably take too damn long though. Yeah, there's really not much to do with this guy. Let's move over here for now. So they're still trying to catch these units here just to get them destroyed, so they don't have to. We don't have to fight them in this siege here, which is what I'm more worried about. Is just more units you gotta fight. Our New World army is not the most powerful of our armies, so he'll retreat, of course, as you'd expect. I am worried about decreasing his war support by too much, though, from all these attacks. That's something to consider, because yeah, we do not want him to lose this war. Not before we've taken his primary cities here. These guys here are not fully healed, but rather than waiting for him, we could just heal him up now. Let me just see where these guys will get to. They're not even... Yeah, we'll just let them sit another turn. We could pay to upgrade this guy to a missile cruiser. I think we will do that. And then maybe get like another battleship here as well. Just spend a little bit of that money. Get the ships modernized a bit. Let me sit these guys. We've already modernized them. Okay. How about this army here? We could go ahead and do one of these line infantry. In fact, let's just do both. This army is in our territory, so we could modernize him. So let's go ahead and do that, though. Oh, okay. This has already been destroyed. Oh, we did that this turn. Okay. So now we can go ahead and set up the outpost here. I didn't realize that had been done. So let's go ahead and get this territory claimed, and looks like the best location would be this one here. Yeah, we'll place it right there. Alright, so that is now set up, and thus we can go and attach it if we have the money, which I'm not sure if we do. We do. Alright, so let's go and attach that. That does mean we do not have the money to upgrade this guy for right now, but that's alright. Yeah, that's alright. So at this point, we only need one more territory attached to get that star. As of right now, we are in first place, guys. We just took over first place at 10.3 thousand. That does not mean we have won, though, because remember, he can get some of those endgame techs, get some of those projects done, which would put him back ahead of us. But what's important is that we are now currently in the lead. So that's fantastic news. And, you know, I don't know if he'll be able to get anything done. Like, how much science is he not getting now because of all this stuff we've taken from him? Alright, so we're going to ransack. Well, that's 3 turns, man. If we ransack that, it's not going to leave us a lot of turns to get over here. Let me just take a look and see how many turns you got to have to get over here. It might be too much. Maybe not. It might be just enough turns to do the battle. Yeah, I think it's going to be like just enough turns. I suppose you don't have to attach that right now. We could just leave this occupied. The only thing I'm worried about is that you're losing... Well, you might be okay. Yeah, we might not do that, guys, because we have territories to attach. We don't have to take that one there.
Let's keep this conversation
to get that 1 star. Yeah, that's not really necessary. We could just attach one of these 2 instead to like New Cairo. The cost of that would be 38.59, so definitely within our means. So yeah, I think that might be what we end up doing. Rather than spending 3 turns sitting here, let's just push forward towards his territory, guys. Yeah, let's go after him. Try and take that city from him. Alright, so the elephants over here, they're going to join this guy. Though the rivers are slowing us down. Like quite a bit, actually. Might be better to have them meet up over this way. I don't know. We'll go ahead and have them join the elephant. And this guy here. Frankly, one unit here is never going to be able to ransack anything. He's just not going to have enough turns to get anything ransacked. Look at all these garrisons. Good God. Look at this. They just got garrisons all around here. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm not entirely sure why she just built so many of those. I guess stability issues or something? I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, ransacking would take far too long. 10 turns with just the one unit. So really there's no point on even attempting to go into that territory and do anything. He's not going to be able to. So we'll just go back. These guys here have this outpost set up that'll be done in 5 turns. So with that, there's really not much else for him to do either. We're just going to put him to sleep. There's so little time left, guys. And then these guys here are just going to skip their turn for right now. So let's go and get all of our cities building. That means here in Alexandria that we do have all the research institutes built that are possible. So let's go ahead and get probably something for money. You know what? I've been wanting, although you know what? There are some great bonuses here. So I think we're going to have to do that first. We got to do this one, 2 turns. Yeah, that's a lot of science that we can get. Cairo finished up their last research institute as well. So there's no more of those left to build. Okay, so yeah, we've been knocking these out. There are plenty of things to get here in Cairo though that we need. We'll just take a look, see what is the best option. Probably something here for the science is what I'm thinking. Now they can build, just regular old research quarters, which do earn quite a bit of money, or quite a bit of science, excuse me. And then they also can get quite a bit of money from building the market quarters, 42. This is about as high as it gets here in all of our cities. I don't think any city gets quite as much as Cairo does. But still probably not the best option to get when you compare it to these. So I think this we're going to get right here, the Academy. Over here in Edo, they also finished up the last research institute. So yeah, we've been doing pretty good with getting all those research institutes built. 10% money would get quite a bit, but we'll do science if there's any options for that. No, none that give like a percentage. Yeah, we'll do the 10% money. We've been upgrading all these units, and thus you can see we're not earning as much, and that's also from using the collective mines. The New Cairo does still have some of these research institutes to build, so we'll put one right there. And this is getting us influence as well. Over here in Stockholm, we got 3 locations still. And I'm just hoping that all this will get us where we're, at the very least getting 1 tech per turn, in which case, yeah, you can get a whole bunch of endgame techs. We did get the strategic bomber over here. All right, excellent. But, since we're not taking this here, we might as well... we're broke. I was going to say, might as well race this out. I think it would be more important actually to go ahead and do the aerodome, although it would take 2 turns. We can just buy it next turn. So let's go and just place it as close to his territory as we can. Yeah, put it right there, I suppose. I don't know if that'd be close enough. And then move it up here. And then we should be able to race it after they finish 1 turn of building. We'll be able to race it next turn. We'll go ahead and do this one here at the university. And that is the end of the turn. 2 more turns, we'll get another civic here. Looking at 5 turns remaining as of right now. We got the composite armor as well, but remember we do not have the resources to actually use those. And what I should have done is got a tank building like over here, so we could get that into a unit and actually use a tank in battle, but I completely forgot about that. And I don't think we'll be able to get one in time now. Because yeah, tanks are, well here it would take 3 turns to get a medium tank, and yeah, to get them up into the battle. Yeah, I don't think we'll get to use tanks, unfortunately. Yeah, that's a real bummer. Yeah, I was hoping we would be able to. The elephants do not upgrade to tanks. They upgrade to the armored personnel carrier here, which we do not have enough oil for. So yeah, there's really not anything to upgrade to over to the tank. And thus... we won't be able to get tanks, unfortunately. But remember, that's not the main reason why we went this route. We went this route because of the 8+ combat strength we're going to get for exosuits, which we will get in 1 turn. This is what I really wanted here, was that 8+ combat strength, 4+ land movement speed. That'll help us out quite a bit, and we'll get it in 1 turn, so it'll apply
ransack. See
next
the
turn.
sights. appreciate the local culture, and take
All right, awesome.
anything
So
that's
that'll
not
apply
named
before we do these sieges. All right, so this guy's gonna go ahead and have this unit move. Yeah, I guess this is not the siege. Okay, yeah, the city's way over here. I don't know if we'll get there in time. Frankly, you might actually be able to get to the capital first. Yeah, it does look like we would be going after the capital first, because that's 4 turns compared to 5 turns, which we only have 5 turns left. So let's hit the capital, guys. So that's the way we're going to move. I'm glad I noticed that. Yeah, because you got to go across that river, so that kind of slows you down a bit. Okay, so yeah, that's what we'll have to do. And then we'll have them, they'll be very close to joining them, it looks like. And then these ships here, they might as well just go ahead and move into their territory. Everybody's, you know, we could continue upgrading ships. Everybody's healed up. But I think it might be better to maybe ransack something and keep them in the war. Yeah, I think I might just go ahead and ransack something since we're not going to be taking this location like I thought we were going to. We did take this from them. So what you would want to do now is have one of these units set up the outpost here so that he can just go ahead and move towards this city here and attack it. We could set up the, I mean, I guess you'd do it in 0 turns. Now it's not saying that that's the best location, it's actually saying this is the better location. Yeah, seems to be a better location because you get all that food there, which is surprising because you have some actual districts here. Yeah, we'll put it there. Why not? We got to go up that way anyways, I believe. Let's just double check and see if we were to try and attack them here, which route we would go. Yeah, you'd go that route anyway. So might as well set up an outpost along the way. And then these guys can join here, and then what we'd want to do is just have them, you know, come up and join this army eventually. All right, excellent. So these guys are just out here wandering. We can attempt to ransack that, but that'll take far too many turns to do. We'll go there and take a look, but yeah, I think that'd be around 10 turns or so. And then these ships here, we'd want them to help with the siege there, which is going to be in a few turns. Could go and chase those guys down, and that would allow us to actually attack them and get them destroyed. But that would put us at a point where I don't know that we'll be able to get here in time. Well, it's 3 turns, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, we might be able to get there in time. Because you'll lose all those movement points, so it'd actually be 4 turns. It'll be right before we end here. So I think you got enough time to attack him. So let's do that. Although that is going to reduce his war support some. The main reason I want to attack him is because I don't want him to help in this siege here. I really think that's the best way the ships can help with the siege, is by destroying these 3 units so they won't be able to come and reinforce. Doesn't really matter how we deploy them, because they'll all be dead. So yeah, let's do it with the units with the 2 stars. Even if they, you know, can't do very much damage, that's fine. Just want to get them some experience. These ships here will likely be able to kill these units here. So yeah, we're just gonna try and get some experience by attacking all of them. All right, excellent. So then the battleship will finish him up. Yeah, we'll destroy this guy here and destroy this guy here. All right, so we just destroyed 3 other land units in the sea. Very easy. Let's see where he's sitting on war support. Make sure he's not gonna drop out on us anytime soon. Not a lot of time left, but hopefully we should be able to still have time to do these sieges and take cities from them. Alright, so they are back in our territory, so now you could upgrade this 1 unit here. We did have something we wanted to use the money for, and that was to race out the aerodome. So let's go ahead and do that. And that does still leave a little bit of money, so we can go and upgrade. Obviously this guy can't upgrade due to the lack of resources. So I'll just go and upgrade him. I don't even know if that was necessary, because I don't think we'll be able to get in here and help out in time. We'll try. We'll see what we can do. We'll move over in that direction. We could also ransack her stuff just because. Yeah, maybe we'll ransack her stuff. She did kind of irritate me. Oh, we sent 1 unit. Unit we just upgraded. Have them join. All right, so they're moving over here to attack this location. that will be attacking there next turn. So should have several sieges in the next episode. They're just gonna skip their turn. All right, so we do have 5 cities that need to build some stuff. However, this is unfortunately the end of the episode. So that leaves a total of 4 turns, since this turn is practically over. A total of 4 turns before the end here, but that's actually 5. Yeah, that'd be a really long episode. We'll have to see, guys, if I can fit it all in one finale video, like one long finale video, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna try and fit it all in one, I think. We'll get to do these battles here, and it does look like we're gonna win. So we pulled out the win here at the very end. I'd be really surprised if he's able to do something like build the mission to Mars. But if he did do it, then that would give him enough points to put him back in number 1 place, and it ends the game right there, which means he wins. So it's not impossible that he wins, but I think it's probably unlikely. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching.